Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. And lastly, let's turn the camera on, get going today. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Let's go to the top here. It's kind of weird. It feels like a Monday, actually, but it is Friday. All right, let's start at the top. We got CJ, we got Steve, we got Arnulfo, we got JB, we got Devin, we got Piet DeBrock, we got Mark, we got Moondog, Jill, happy Friday, John, Keith, Dave, Eduardo, the sassy trainer's in the house. Good morning, Tinia, Tom, Dave, Wayne, John, Mark, Pat, Spider Monkey, James, Vernon, Ivano, Robert, Bill, Stefan, Wade, Brian. Good morning, Brian. By the way, Brian, Matt and I, I'm gonna update you in an email. We made some tweaks to the thing that you made for us. I'll update you. We finally have it the way I like it, but again, it was more of a visual thing, not a programming thing. I'll explain to you the details, and we'll go from there. But I do appreciate you, Brian, very very much. Just took us a while to get to look the way I wanted it to look. Christian, Steve, Charlie Clyde. Good morning, Charlie. Is your middle name Clyde, or do you like to be called Clyde? I'm just curious, you know. Richard, Richard. We got Richard Del Mosto, and we got Richard Feinberg from Puente Gorda. William from South Florida. Rachel, Robert, Dr. Al. Good morning to you. Hey, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Hope you had a. I don't think you had a day off yesterday. I had a day off, but I don't think you had a day off yesterday. We got Javad. Good morning, Javad. You cracked me up, Javad. Edward, Edgar, Lori, Ralph, Henry, Steve, Helen, Lewis, Tony. Hey, Tony, I'll respond. Thank you for the wonderful email. I'll respond today. I wanted to just take a day off yesterday. I'll respond this morning, I promise. And thank you for the testimonial, Tony. I do appreciate it. I really appreciate all the wonderful. You guys have been just amazing to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. David, basketball trainer, Michael, HG's in the house, Frank, Kathy, Murray. Hey, Murray, good morning to you. Hope you had a nice day off. I don't know if you had a day off, but I did. Stephen, Hopium, Doug, Raj, John, Gustavo, Jayhawk fan, Jody, Wardog, Wayne, good morning, Wayne. It doesn't feel like a Friday. Usually Friday I'm really exhausted and I'm ready to give it up, but I feel like it's a Monday today. I actually had a day off. It's very, very strange. Hey, Gustavo, my wife wants Jax. She's like, I want that dog. She's in love with your dog, Gustavo. Hey, Rick. Good morning, Wayne. Good morning, War Dog. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So, in case you're curious what I was doing yesterday, I was watching the Led Zeppelin movie on Netflix, and I'm watching this gangster show. You guys know I love my gangster shows. I'm watching this show called Raising Canaan. It's part of the Power series. It's really good. It's great African American gangster show. Just fantastic, fantastic show. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love my gangster shows. Just a wonderful, wonderful show. Yeah, so I had a day off yesterday. So I'm gonna do a class today in the VIP room. I'm gonna do a day trading class because I'm so energized. Let me give you my the room is very light for a Friday, actually, but I guess a lot of people are taking a day off. But let me tell you what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about selecting the right time frame for day trading. 5-minute charts, 1-minute chart, 3-minute charts, so forth, so forth. Deciding whether today's a trend day or a choppy day. I know a lot of folks have trouble with that. The basics of vold, tick, and add, basically market internals, critical levels for reversals. How does daily market volume fit into all of this? How does volatility fit into all of this? And finding real live trades using SPY options, and E-mini futures. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good show. So let me give you my links. It's real simple. Here's my VIP room link. It'll all happen in my VIP room today. starting at noon after I do my analysis. And if you guys want to hook up with Gustavo, Cam, or Jax, here's the link for that. Customer Service Live. Yeah, the Zeppelin show is really great. I didn't get a chance to watch it till yesterday. It was really, really great. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. We are a little light today, but I think that's because a lot of folks are playing hooky. I did promote. Let's see here. We got everybody here. We got everybody there. We got everybody there. We got 15, and by the way, we're still celebrating the trading pit. We got 1,504 people in there now, so we're making progress. That's okay, Stacy. It's all right. So let's talk about the market. As you guys can see here, the market's relatively positive. We were down quite a bit over the last few days, but we're now back to being positive. I mentioned to you last couple of days, I believe the market wants to go higher. I believe this market wants to go higher. I believe, but for the Middle East, we would have been higher already. Um, Remember what I told you about tariffs. We don't really have much to work with right now, but as far as the sentiment of tariffs, it's really the market's doing an amazing job of pricing it in. And like I told you a few months back, every time the administration says tariffs, 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 it becomes more like the boy who cried wolf. It has less of an impact. It becomes priced in. So I think the biggest market factor right now is I think the biggest market factor right now. Has anyone been watching Mobland? Oh, I finished that. That is a great show. I love that one, Ray. Love that show. We finished it about 2 weeks ago. Great show, great show, great show. I love my mobster shows. I don't miss mobster shows. Uh, the odds are, if you can name a mobster show, I've already seen it. All right. So as I mentioned, the market's pretty good. It was very, very volatile, very, very, very volatile. We have like a 400, 500 point range on the Dow. I mean, look at this. The low 42,088. We're at right now at 42,533. When I say the range has been and the high has been 613. So when I say we've been fluctuating 500 points, I really do mean that. We literally have a little bit over 500 point move throughout night and day. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. And I'm not going to get into the whole administration thing, but Trump saying that we're going to wait, first saying we're going to attack imminently, and then saying we're going to wait 2 weeks. Why? Why say that? Why confuse us, right? Because now we're thinking it becomes the whole wait and see. So we have Fed wait and see, we have tariffs wait and see, and now we have Middle East wait and see. That puts us in this type of a pickle. You see that? Look at the bond market. See the bond market? Remember what I told you will happen when we come up here? Here, in case you can't see well, let me show you closely. Do you see what happens? Where do stocks get their directional bias from? From the bond market. If the bond market's not doing anything, can the stock market do anything? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. If you don't believe me, which is fine, go back and look at big volume moves on bonds, and then look at that date on the stock market. 95% of every move from the stock market is derived from the bond market, and the bond market derives its moves from the currency market. I'm just telling you how it is. If you don't believe me, that's fine. I don't expect you to. I expect you to double check what I'm saying. Go to like 9 months of the bonds and look at days like this. Look at days like this and look and see what the stock market was doing. And you'll be very surprised to see the stocks are moving when bonds are moving. What are we doing right now? We're doing this. Let's not do anything and wait for Trump to decide what he's going to do, which, he's the president. So we don't have any directional bias. We don't know how we're going to come up. And I'll tell you something about Powell. Powell, we're going to wait and see what happens with tariffs. That's exactly what he should be doing. He doesn't know if it's going to be 100% or 10%, right? He doesn't know. He can't react. And I don't understand why our president is pushing the Fed to cut rates when the economy is showing good stuff. And if Trump isn't afraid that the economy is going to be strong, why does he want Powell to reduce rates? What's the urgency to reduce rates? Higher rates, America, we make more money with higher rates. The only reason to lower rates is if we have a crutch. You know, when you can't walk, you need crutches. That's what interest rate lowering rates are. It's a crutch. We are not in that situation. The data's coming out fine. We're not seeing any major signs yet. Yet. I think we're going to see a lot of them, but they're not here yet. Okay. So again, all right. Any questions? Anyone? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And here's the link, VIP room. Again, we got another 100 people who just came in here. Let me give you my link. Day trading, and day trading. Yeah, lowering rates is not good. Lowering rates will artificially pump up the market, which I think is what he wants. Look, the stock market's higher, interest rates are lower. I made it happen. No, 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 no. The Fed's not going to let you do that, buddy. It doesn't work that way. Um, Folks, higher rates are better for the US dollar, okay? Trust me on this one. All right. Oops. Let me give you the link to Customer Service Live. Right here. Good morning, Peanuts. Why can't I get this link right? Hold on a second. All right. Why is this so complicated to do this? Here we go. Here, Customer Service Live. There you go. I was able to do it. There it is. Stacy, they are spending. They don't care about the debt. Still in the crapper. Good morning, Martin. Peanuts, Becky, Naples fan, Liberty Ranger. Trump has been in real estate for so long, borrowing low. He may be predisposed to low. Man, maybe. Government debt is his argument for rate cuts, I guess, at least his outspoken one. Yes. Needs to be refinanced next year. Lower rates would save billions in interest rates. So would the bill, the beautiful bill. Boy, getting rid of that beautiful bill would save us some money too. We're in a test of grounds with tariffs. Yes, we completely are. And I'll talk about gold in a second. Okay, what's the catalyst? What's the catalyst for today? What's the catalysts for today? Can anybody tell me? Come on, guys. You should know this ahead of time. All right, Alan's got it already. Said he wants to borrow money to finance debt at lower rate. Yeah. Housing triple witching, quadruple witching. Coin is not a catalyst right now. Arnolfo, can you explain to me why coin is not a catalyst today? When did we find out the news about coin, Arnolfo? You guys keep making the same mistake every single day, and it's starting to bother me. When did the news on coin come out? The day before yesterday. We knew about it the day before yesterday. Why would it be a catalyst today? Had the market not had a chance to trade over it already? Folks, just because you want something to be a catalyst or because you're seeing increased volatility doesn't make it a catalyst. Just FYI. So Arnolfo, it's very important for me to make sure you understand why coin is not a catalyst right now. Okay? All right. Give me the catalysts. Come on, Richard, holiday shortened trading week. Yes. Low volume. Very true. Yes. Obviously, Israel conflict. Yes. Travel, transport, travel, shippers, oil. Yes. All that stuff. That's still definitely, we don't have any resolution there. How about consumer stocks? Arnolfo, it's very important that you get your catalysts correct. Please don't give me something that's already had a chance to show its way in the market. If it had if it already showed its hand around the block, it's no longer a catalyst, unless It's a deal that hasn't been done yet. It's an ongoing issue. There's nothing ongoing with Coinbase. We have a conclusion. Why would it be a catalyst? What is there about Coinbase that we don't know? It takes the market about 30 seconds to price something in. I just want you guys to understand that. Okay. How about CarMax, DRI, Kroger, and Mondelez? Did anybody get those? Those are all consumer stocks. They all have earnings today. How come nobody got that? All right, wait a minute. William got that. ACN is not a catalyst. Just because you got that one wrong. You see, what William did is he cheated. He went down to this sheet and he read my catalysts. The problem is, Mondelez, I mean, whatchamacallit, ACN is not a major communication stock. Kroger is a consumer stock. DRI is a consumer stock. CarMax is a consumer stock. Mondelez is a consumer stock. Those four stocks are going to create a major catalyst for consumer stocks today. ACN is not a big company. Communications is not related to other stocks at all. Folks, it's really important to use a laser targeted focus when you're talking about catalysts. The worst thing you can do is make something a catalyst when it has no impact on the catalyst of the market. But Mondelez, Kroger, DRI, and CarMax are all consumer retail stocks. They all have a major impact together. Capiche? Very, very important. Richard, did you get it? Let's see if Richard got it. I'm not sure. Let's see if Richard got it. Let's see. I don't see it here. I don't see it. I may not be looking at the right place. ACN is not a catalyst. Just because it's got earnings doesn't make it into a catalyst. Yes, not ACN. ACN is not a catalyst. Kroger, DRI, CarMax, what do those companies do together? Does CarMax sell to people? Does DRI feed people? Does Kroger deal with people? How about Mondelez earnings? None of you got Mondelez earnings. That's a major consumer staples. Consumer stocks are very insensual because it's a gun stock. Gun stocks are not related to other stocks. That's not a consumer stock. Gun stocks are not consumer stocks. Just because it's got an earnings doesn't mean it's related. It has to make sense. It has to be part of an industry that's related to other stocks. Like, for example, does Mondelez, Kroger, DRI have anything to do with each other? Gee, let's think about that one. Mondelez, Kroger, DRI. Food. And then you got car stocks, CarMax. It's a retailer. That's consumer stocks, folks. Consumer stocks are very related. 2/3 of economy uses consumers. 2/3 of economy doesn't buy guns. Do people go gun shopping every Friday, or do they go buying food every Friday? Think about it. Common sense. What is ACN? What does ACN have to do with the economy? And Richard, and William, if you don't think I looked it up this morning, I did. So I went to ACN. And I went right here. Okay, it's a business. It's Infotech. Is Infotech really related to other? It's a leading global professional service company, helps clients build digital. There's no correlation to this stock. Just because it's there doesn't. Folks, stop being lazy and start using your brain. Just because this is a company, it has earnings, doesn't make it a catalyst. Don't go to earnings and write in every catalyst. Does what I'm giving you make sense right now? Mondelez, Kroger. Here, look, let me write it for you here. DRI, MDLZ, Kroger. Consumer stocks. Nobody got Mandela's. You'd enjoy gun shopping every Friday. No, no, don't make something into something that's not. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen someone says gun stocks are down, the markets are tanking? Have you guys ever heard that on CNBC? Gun stocks are up today, markets are tanking. Have you ever heard consumer stocks are down today, markets are tanking? Yes, many, many times, all the time. Think about this. Think about it before you say something. Think about it. I don't want to move on, Richard. We need to figure this out. Why would I move on? I'm teaching you guys something. Mandela says earnings today. MDLZ says earnings today. That's what it said earlier today. Said Mandela's earnings. I read it somewhere. But again, DRI Kroger, that's enough. Even if without Mandela's, it's enough. All right, let's now move on. Philadelphia manufacturing, 8:30 today, in a few minutes. Manufacturing, very, very important right now. US dollar, we're right at the A line. All right, we're right at the A line. Now, gun stocks aren't going to be, they're not a major catalyst. They're not a major catalyst. All right, we need to get past this line. This line is at 98. Okay, 98. Right around 98. And I think we're going to head down here as long as there's less pressure on the why did this go up? Because of uncertainty in the Middle East. We have less uncertainty for the next 13 days, which will be extended another 13 days. By that time, the war will already be over. I'm pretty sure. But nonetheless, I think the US dollar is going to be coming down. Crude oil prices are still highly elevated. We're well above 70. Remember what I told you, till we're up here, we're going to see a lot of uncertainty in the market, and it's going to be very hard for the market to go higher. Thanks, Just Jen. And William, the point is, they got upgraded. The point is, it's important. It's important. It's consumer stocks. 2 earnings, an upgrade, consumer stocks. Very, very important. I knew I saw something on Mandela's this morning. All right. Bond market. What's happening with the bond market? What's happening with the bond market, folks? Yeah, they got upgraded. Sorry, upgraded, Richard. Upgrade, downgrade, earnings, same thing. They got upgraded. Okay. What's happening with the bond market? What's happening with the bond market? Nothing. What do you expect to happen with the stock market? Nothing. But Roger, we got quad witching, we got Philadelphia manufacturing, we got all these earnings. Yeah, and what's the bond market really doing? It's not even down a full basis point. Not expecting a huge move from the stock market. Let's see what global markets brought on. Okay. No, it's not earnings. They got upgraded. They got upgraded. They had a upgrade downgrade. But the problem is you have an upgrade on a consumer stock and you have earnings on 2 consumer stocks. So it creates a synergy. Remember what I always tell you, certain stocks are more related to others. Consumer stocks are very related. Chip stocks are very related. Certain stocks are very related to others. Others are not. When Kroger reports, it has an impact on Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and other consumer stocks and other consumer staples. So it's not doing anything right now, and it is pinched, but it's doing very, very little right now. What is gold doing? Gold is right at the level I like it at right now. This is pretty much the same thing. I personally would wait for us to get above this red line or right at this red line. I would wait for upside right now. I wouldn't be buying here. I would be buying gold the next time it's really strong on the 5-minute chart. I'm going to say this again. I like the zone we are in right now, but I would like to see gold trade above. I want to see gold trade above this line right here. Let me make it a little tighter here. We're right at my buy level, right at the 15-day EMA. We're right at this line. I would now pull up the 5-minute chart and I would start looking for strength in gold. And then I would be buying gold. So I would want it buying it on a return back up here. I want to see some strength coming into gold. I want to see some strength coming into gold. China is not really doing it much right now, just kind of sitting and waiting here, but it's not moving higher. Probably because of the global turmoil right now, although it doesn't have as much of an impact in China. China's not doing great on its own right now. Bitcoin is above this level. It made a higher low right here. Now we need to make sure that we don't break this level. Okay, that's our level right here. We have a lot of resistance here. I would feel much better if it went up here, but we are right at the 8-day EMA. So if we start trading, we're right at it right now. So if we start trading above the 8-day EMA, you got a little upside here. You got a little upside here. As long as we continue making higher highs off of this line right here. That's our all bets area right here. So your risk is actually really low right now, because if we come down here, you don't want this anymore. If we break this and start really trading below this level, you don't want it anymore. But for now, we're still okay. Okay. All right. We talked about the US dollar, just kind of hovering around here. Crude oil still highly elevated, not going higher, but definitely not going lower. Remember, our key level here is 70 right here. Bond market doing absolutely nothing, but it is down almost a full basis point, which isn't all that great for stocks. Stocks right now are very random. There's absolutely no directional bias. We have an important report coming out in a few minutes. Philadelphia manufacturing data. Other than that, we don't really have a lot of things going on except for quad witching, which usually causes a lot of non-directional volatility. Thank you, Naples fan. Appreciate it. A lot of non-directional volatility. I'm expecting the market to start getting more volatile as it continues today, which is uncharacteristic for Friday, because we didn't trade yesterday and because we're going to get closer to option expiration. Whenever you have option expiration, whenever you have quad witching, it's not triple witching, it's quad witching. You're going to have a lot of volatility. Roger, why are you going to have a lot of volatility? Because market makers are going to try to drive price up and down to their strike price so they can get their options expired worthless. I'm going to repeat that again. When you have witching, market makers are going to be playing games with you today with option prices, spreading them wide, trying to move the market one way or the other. Please don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe today. We'll talk about VIX in just 2 minutes, HG, as soon as we talk about global economy. We don't talk about VIX till we talk about global economy. Okay? All right. Very, 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 very important. Global economy. Let me go ahead and post a link for you guys here. There's a lot of new people who are just coming in right now because it is a Friday. Folks, today I have a very big agenda for the VIP room. My agenda for the VIP room is selecting the right time frame for day trading, deciding whether today is a trend day or a choppy day, the basics of vol, tick, and ADD, the critical levels for reversals, how does daily market volume fit into all of this, and finding some real live trades using the E-mini futures, SPY options, or SPY ETF. How does that sound, folks? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate it. That's it. Thanks, Cam. Yeah, that's just what I needed. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Cam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, everything is going to carry futures, stocks, commodities. Okay, futures, stocks, commodities. That's what it means. Good. That'll be very useful, Cam. Very, very useful. Very, very useful. Okay. So far, so good. Let's see what the number came out at. Not bad. Oh, consensus -1, -4, but look what they were expecting. They were all over the place. So manufacturing is a little bit down. It was -4 last time, and they said it was going to be -1, -4. We'll see how much this puts the market down. Right now, this is still all random trading action. The market has no idea what to do with itself right now. Thank you, Ringo. I appreciate that. Yep, full agenda today, guys. Full agenda today. Let's now talk about the stock market, okay? And while we're looking at the stock market, I want you to keep in mind that volatility is still at the 200-day moving average. We're still not off of 20. We're 19.5, 21. This is still very highly, highly, highly elevated. This is still a lot of, we don't know what will happen. When you're at 20 volatility is like somebody hitting it's like having an earthquake and somebody's doing this and not knowing we're going to have another one or not. It's kind of the worst place to be, and I'll tell you why. It was a mouthful. You're right. Will the market makers doing their thing today? Is a good time today to do iron condors? Alan, I just got done explaining how they're going to be chopping you up into little pieces. It's not quadruple witching, guys, is not a day for iron condors. Quadruple ditching is it's like asking if you should be day trading on a major Fed day. Why would you be asking for trouble, Alan? You're asking for trouble, Alan. You're really asking for trouble. Today's a good day not to do anything if you're an iron condor trader, okay? All right. Yeah, how about some thumbs up? Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot. If you guys are here, make sure you're watching me at 1080p. We're about to go through charts. Make sure you're watching me at 1080p. It likes to go to auto, but I have fast internet here. It usually defaults to 1080. Don't just put auto because it'll just stream at whatever speed you're streaming. Make sure 1080p. And also, while you're there, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. I know Dr. Serena's having some procedures and Bob has got some personal stuff he's dealing with. So if you guys don't mind, give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You should stay out of market on MC. Today is worst with hey, Richard, that's right. Today is worst with quad witching. Yeah, this is what the market makers are going to try to do. They're going to try to expire. Look, if market maker has this option and this option, they're going to try to do this to you today. You understand? It's a good day to day trade today, possibly. Okay, so basically, we know that we are still on heightened alert. And that's kind of what I'm trying to say. 20 is the worst place to be, and I'll tell you why. Because 20 is anticipation of something really bad happening, but the shoe hasn't dropped yet. Hey, Penny, good to see you. Yes, you want flat market, not chop. Yeah, so folks, we are still pretty much where we were. We don't have any resolution on the Middle East. We don't have any resolution on tariffs. Although, look, before the Middle East, look where we went to. See, this is what I'm trying to say. The tariffs appear to have begun to be priced in, and the market seems like it wants to go higher, not lower. At least to me, it does. But this Middle East, look. See that? We're back in the elevated area. Until we're resolved, we're going to be elevated. How can the VIX, how can we go from elevated to non-elevated when we're in war with Middle East, when just about anything can happen? See the problem? So if something already happens, right, then VIX really spikes. And then it's usually a matter of a few days because, usually crazy things don't last forever. Usually, or the market gets used to it. But in this case, we're in a wait and see mode. You understand? So it's a very peculiar position to be. Hey, Jeff, good to see you. Good to see you, Jeff. Puerto Vallarta. Oh, Jeff, I love Puerto Vallarta. Jeff, there's if you go to the mountains on the way to the zoo, there's an amazing restaurant there. And you should also check out the zoo. The zoo there is something else, Jeff. That used to be my home away from home when I used to live in California. I used to love going to Puerto Vallarta. So make sure you go to the zoo and check out the fancy schmancy restaurant on the way to the zoo. It's pricey, but it's worth it. Prices in Puerto Vallarta are not cheap, by the way, anymore. They got pretty smart. Anyway, I'm jealous, Jeff. I'm jealous. I'm really jealous. Yeah, only 185 thumbs up. People don't like me, Naples fan. What can I tell you? All right, let's talk about market. Let's talk about the broad market, and let's see if these guys are onto something or not. Okay, Investors are in a wait and see mode after the White House signaled Trump would delay it. Exactly what I was just saying, wait and see mode. And this is what you get when you're in a wait and see mode, right around 20 VIX. It's the worst place to be because nothing happened, but you know something is going to happen, but you don't know if it's going to come to fruition. So you got high implied volatility, market makers make wide spreads, and you can and markets are doing this. It's not a good place to be right now. Cam, I don't know if you've ever been to Puerto Vallarta, but it's heaven on earth. It's not a tourist trap like Cancun. It's a real city. I love Puerto Vallarta. That's one thing about not being on the West Coast, Jeff, that I really miss. Conflict between Israel and Iran entered its second week, with Israel hitting more nuclear sites. You guys already know this. We're all awaiting whether Trump is going to get involved. He promised us he wouldn't get involved in the Middle East, but then, from what I understand, we can't really do more damage to Iran if we don't use the missiles that America has. And again, I'm not an expert on this. Secretary said Trump would decide within 2 weeks. I don't know what's with the 2 weeks, but 2 weeks? There was a substantial chance of reaching a negotiated settlement. Okay. The news alleviated immediate concerns of U.S. military escalation, providing some relief to investors. Now, do you know why I highlighted this? I'm from now on, if I'm going to call bullshit on things by highlighting them in bold letters. Really? We've alleviated concern? Look at VIX. Does the VIX to you look like it's alleviated any concern? Does this look like it's alleviated any concern? Where is the alleviation of concern? Caroline Levitt, where is the alleviation of concern? Look at the VIX. If VIX goes to 15, it right here, it would alleviate some concern. I'm not seeing any alleviation of concern. Okay? Please, I'll be the first person to tell you when there's the first indicator will tell you that there's an alleviation of concern is crude oil and VIX. Do you see crude oil? Do you see crude oil below 70? Do you see VIX below the 200-day moving average? So, bullshit. This is bullshit. There's no alleviation of concerns. We have exactly just as much concerns as we had 48 hours ago. I hate when they just lie to us. The Federal Open Market Committee voted unanimously to keep the federal fund rate at uncertainty about the economic outlook diminished but remains elevated. Yes, definitely remains elevated. Jeff says, family vacation, one of my 3 grandkids and the other father-in-law. We will be having. Hey, Jeff, if you are going with your grandkids, the zoo allows you to play with wild animals. I used to take my kids there, tip them $5. They would let me play with little tiger cubs. It's amazing, man. The other place we used to go to was Monzil. I never stayed there. Very interesting, Kevin. I got to check that out. Have a blast, Jeff. Have a fantastic time. I'm jealous. That's all I'm going to say. I'm jealous. Iran is ready. Stock futures pop as reports suggest Iran is ready to suggest enrichment limits. That would be fantastic. It says immediate concerns. It implies there is still concern. Yes, there is still concern. A lot of concern. Let's see. Fed Powell says we're well positioned to wait to learn more about likely course of the economy. Well, he doesn't know what's going to happen. Powell also stated that rising tariffs are likely to push prices higher. Yes, folks, prices are going higher. There's no doubt about that, okay? Cautioning that their impact on inflation could be persistent. I agree with them. Remember, we still have to work through our inventory. Usually we have a 90-day inventory. We have to work through our inventory. Central banks could cut rates as early as July. That's what I'm thinking, Black Mamba. That's what I'm thinking. July and August. I'm thinking August. They're saying September. I'm saying August. Okay. We're not really saying anything different here, folks. We're all on the same page. Wait and see mode. We are clearly in a wait and see mode. I'm not seeing any relief of anything. Relief of anything would put us. There's no immediate relief of anything. We are exactly where we were last week, as you could see right here, and as you could see right here. Remember what I told you last week, and please stop arguing with me. We will know whether we're making progress when energy goes below 70 and when Volatility drops back here. None of that has happened yet. I hope it does. It hasn't happened yet. Okay, let's continue. Coinbase surged more than 16%. See, we already know this. It already surged 16%. This already happened. This is no longer a catalyst. The market already knows this. Okay. Housing starts plunged to a 5-year low. Folks, now I want you to read something here. Housing starts plunged to a 5-year low. Okay. I know that T-Bus told everybody that real estate is going to go back up in July. I have no idea where he got that from. I could assure you, I could promise you. Matter of fact, I can guarantee you, and I'd be willing to put my money on the line because I'm trying to sell a spec house right now. Real estate is not going to go up in July. Okay. Real estate cycles last years, years and years and years. They don't last weeks or days. We're moving into a down area right now. It's becoming a hardcore seller's market. Okay. There's also concern about the 747s. I haven't seen that yet, Penny, but you know more about this than I do about the airline stuff. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Meanwhile, Wall Street is bracing for quarterly. No, it's not triple witching, it's quad witching because commodities too, during which derivative contracts linked to equities, futures, quad, not triple, quadruple witching. We have to set on Monday VWAP alert. Attention, VWAP alert, anchored VWAP alert setting changes on Monday. Will you guys remind me of it? Will somebody here remind me that we have to change our VWAP on Monday? Okay. Yes, real estate is going to continue slowing for the foreseeable future, probably another year and a half. All right. On earnings front, we've got ACN, which is not a catalyst. Kroger, which is definitely a catalyst. DRI, definitely a catalyst. CarMax. Ask yourself, does the company deal directly with the public? More likely than not, it's a catalyst. It's a consumer stock. Consumer stocks are catalyst. Right. Please remind me. Please remind me. I'll probably forget. The truth is, we don't really have to switch it over till the end of next week. We got to get price to move, but I like to be pretty quick. We need to change our catalyst to this date from last triple quad witching to this one. Okay. That's this right here. See this right here? See that right here? 321. We got to switch this over. Okay. We got to switch it over. Let's continue. Futures are now pricing in a 91% chance of a no rate change. I would agree with that. Although I'm telling you something about August. Europe is up 0.77. This is good. This is giving us a little tailwind to the upside. I like that. I like how the Dow's moving up. Remember what I told you. I wasn't expecting down. I like the market. I think the market wants to go higher. I told you that yesterday, and I'm telling you that today. Hey, Bugs, today is the last day. It's quad witching, a certainty. Watch your butt today. Yes, very much so. Doug, I'll give you all the information on Monday. We're going to be using this date right here. Today's date. We're going to be using Friday, June 20th. We're moving to Friday, June 20th. Okay? Capiche? Travel stocks led the gains on Friday. This is very good. This is very positive. Chip stocks also gained ground. This is very positive. White House downplayed speculation the U.S. was close to joining Israel and strikes again. Yes. But this is very positive. This is positive. What about China? Closed slightly lower. Not that positive. Conflict between Israel and Iran now in its second week. Rattle investors. I'm telling you, as far as the stock market's concerned, the only two things that are going to stop the calmness is crude oil when this goes below 70 and when volatility drops to this level right here, below this level right here. Below 1850, 1860. We got to get back to this side of the fence. Capiche? All right, let's continue. Japan ended lower today, so the only tailwind we have is from Europe. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Hotter than expected inflation data. Video game and heavy industry stocks led the decline. Not great, but doesn't seem to be having much of an impact here in the U.S. Mandela's rose nearly. I made a mistake. It was upgraded. It didn't have earnings. It got upgraded. Excuse me. S- same difference. It's up over 1%. This is a consumer stock. Consumer stocks are highly related to other consumer stocks. Kroger, DRI, CarMax, consumer stocks. This is a gun stock. This doesn't really have any impact on anything. Guns are not related to each other. If one stock is down, doesn't really, I've never seen any major correlation between gun stocks. Also, this stock doesn't have a lot of market cap. I believe it's a Russell 2000 stock. If a stock is not in the S&P 500, the odds are overwhelming. It's not going to have a catalyst on the market. Write that down. If it's not the S&P 500, it's not going to have a major catalyst. I'm giving you guys a lot of information. I didn't see anything crazy today, Jeff. I looked at it. Let's take a look. Mm, I mean, I'd like to see it above 197. It's got to get above 1. Once it gets above 1, the market's it's getting too bearish, but it's not over 1. So I'd like to see it over 1. Ideally, I'd like to see it at like 120, 130 here. But or maybe at 101, but we're still at 97. All in all, when this gets up to a 1, it means there's too much put buying. And I think there is too much put buying. As I mentioned before, folks, I'm not really, and when we get here, we're getting overdone to the ups to the downside. When we get up here, we're too high to the ups to the. This means we're overbought. This means we're oversold. Okay, but I'm not seeing this as over 1. I'd like to see this over 1. Let's just kind of do this. Let's put a line here. You see how 1 is the major. See, Jeff, it has to dip above 1. It has to dip above 1. But, I mean, it's elevated, which is good for the bulls. People don't, Beagle, I figured it out. People don't like me. They don't like me, which is why they don't post thumbs up here. I get no respect. I get no love. No love. Folks, if you're just joining us, please give us a thumbs up. Here, I gave myself a thumbs up, and please make sure you're watching at 1080p. Or let's continue. We got a lot to talk about. Okay. Technical levels. As I mentioned to you, we're still elevated on the VIX. I want to get below this level. I want crude oil. Crude oil is the most sensitive market indicator right now. This is telling us exactly what's going on with the Middle East. Literally, tick for tick. Okay. Yeah, over 1. It's heightened, but okay. So CPC is high. It still says the same thing. Basically, the CPC is saying the same thing that I'm saying. I think the market is looking to go higher, a little bit higher, or at least stay where it is. I'm not seeing the market breaking down. Here's SPY right now. We're looking at it right now. This is a good time for you. Thank you, Peanuts. This is a good time for you to. Alan, it's not how much it's up. It's the impact it has on the whole sector. Folks, when I say catalyst, it means, you know how sometimes a chip stock will come out and I say it's a catalyst? It drives the other chip stocks. Chip stocks are very related. Consumer stocks are very related. Commoditized type of stocks are very related. Think commodities. Think does this product help a broad market? Think about food. Think about DRI, Kroger, Mandela's. Do people, what percentage of population consumes those products? 75, 80% versus gun stocks. Think big. Think about, does this stock impact the market? Does this stock impact the broad market? Does this stock impact people's lives? You understand? That's how you have to start thinking about it. Like ACN. Like, how does ACN impact any other stock? What is ACN? What does it really do? See, it's not, you can't really go from there. But I can explain Kroger. I can explain DRI. I can explain Mandela's. If KMX goes down, the odds are five other car dealerships will go down. See my point? Public dealerships. That's a related stock. Hold on. My wife is wishing me a nice day. Let me say thank you to her. All right. Okay. Let's continue. Mandalas. Thank you, Carrie. So look at where we're at, folks. This is a good time for you guys to really pay attention. Okay, really pay attention. I told you before. I drew these lines for you, and I told you the next stop is the 15-day EMA. I know you can't see it here, but I'm going to have you trust me on this. See, this is the 15-day EMA. We're right on it right now. We are literally, this bar right here is literally covering up the 15-day EMA. We went down here below the 15-day EMA. The next level up is the 8-day EMA, which happens to be right at 590, let's just say 598. I want to see us touch or go above 598. The odds are we're going to flirt with the 8-day EMA and the 15-day EMA, but I don't really see us going much lower. I actually see us consolidating and maybe going higher for the next couple of days. But do I see us getting out of this area? No. Why do I not see us getting out of this area? Because our president decided to push back uncertainty 13 and a half days. When crude oil comes down, when volatility comes down, we should start seeing really higher prices. But for now, we should just seeing a drift. Although I think based on what we've seen today, let me look at the 5-minute. Yes, I think we have bottomed out. I think we've bottomed out. I told you last month, I told you 2 days ago, not last month, 2 days ago, that I think we're going to hit the 15-day EMA. We're going to bottom out near the 15-day EMA, and then we're going to go higher. I think we're going to play around 601 and 593. 601 and 593 today, maybe. I think we're going to stay in this range. Now, caveat. Trump says something, all bets are off. Middle East says something, all bets are off. A missile strike, God knows where, all bets are off. Tariff talk, all bets are off. I'm making an assumption that none of those things will happen. Capiche? Did I not tell you we're going to hit the 15-day EMA? And did I not draw this line right at the 15-day EMA where we're at right now? 3 weeks ago. Not yesterday, not the day before, 3 weeks ago when we were doing this and this. Okay? Did I not tell you we were going to go down to the 15-day EMA? Did we go below the 8-day EMA and hit the 15-day? Yes. Now we're right between the 15 and the 8. Here's the 15. The odds are we're bottoming out on the 15 because that's a 2-week low. The odds are we're going to go higher now or just drift around this area right here. But I think we made the low on the day. I like the market right now. I don't love the market, but I like the market. Again, I don't love the market, but I like the market. Okay? Yeah, of course I did, Zen. You called the 50. I did, of course. Big capiche. All right. Remember? Now, how about mags? How about mega caps? Wait a second. Folks, is this helping you? Is there something I should be doing that I'm not doing right now? Please tell me. Okay, how about mega caps? Well, look at this. Look at this. We're keying off of the 8-day EMA and we're already higher. Look at that. And we never went below the 8-day EMA. Look at that. See, this is the 8, this is the 15, this is the 8. We never went to the 15. That's very positive. That gives me more reassurance that I'm on the right track. Let's look at QQQ. Anytime technology is outperforming blue chips, that's good. How about let's take a closer look at this? Well, we did touch the 8-day, 15-day. Look, we did, and now we're above it. And what happened after we keyed off of it? Let's see. Look at that. Here's the 15-day right here. We touched it. Look, and what have we been doing? Oh, good, Steve. Good. See that? That's the look. Let me show you. Let me show you something. What's the low here? 527.39, right? 530, 520. Just remember low 527s, okay? There it is. What happened at the 15-day? We touched it and we had a strong rally. I like this. I like what I'm seeing right now. And folks, don't think I'm talking you into going long, aggressively long. I'm just talking about the near term. I'm talking about like the next couple of sessions. There's a good chance we're going to come back up to 537. I think we bottomed out here at the 15-day, unless I see otherwise. How about the Dow? Hold on. Already did mega caps. The Dow should be looking the weakest because that's blue chips. Yeah, the Dow went down all the way to the 100-day moving average and it bounced off of it pretty damn well right here. But I would be cautious. I would be cautious today with blue chips. I would be very cautious with blue chips. I would be cautious with everything today, but I would be extra cautious with blue chips. How about small caps? Let's look at small caps. Thank you, Stephen. Russell 2000 is pinched right between the 15 and the 8, and the next level is the 200-day. And I think we're just going to kind of stay around here. That's actually what I was going to look at right now, SMH. Now, look at SMH here. It looks like it really wants to break. I'm not seeing any high volume bars to the downside. This may be a situation where we actually break 265 after crude oil goes down to here. So I'm going to make a prediction. If crude oil drops below 70, if volatility drops, I think SMH is finally going to break 270, 265. I think it's getting ready to break 265. Hasn't happened yet. Am I going to do anything? No. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for it to break 265 and then pull back to 265. So we don't really have anything to do right now. The best thing to do is right now is if you're holding some longs, just hold on to them. That would be my suggestion. If you're holding some longs, just hold on to them. Okay? Okay. What about sentiment and directional bias? Do we have any directional bias? Well, let's check sentiment level. Let's see what's leading. Energy, technology, semiconductors. Look, they're back up here. That's really good. Really, really good. But you got utilities and real estate here. You got materials here. You got consumer staples. You got Bitcoin all the way here. You got discretionary here. You got Russell here. You have a relatively fragmented market. And what does a fragmented market give us? Let's look at 20-day highs. Barely. Look how we were a week ago. 213. And a day before that, we were at 402 last Tuesday. And today, we're at 124. What about 52-week highs? 54. What about 52-week lows? 37. How about 20-week highs? 39. How about 20-week lows? 16. How about 50-day high? 61.20. And how about my favorite, the 90-day high and low, less than 100? Do we have directional bias in the stock market? Zero. Should you be expecting a breakout day with high volatility and all that? And no. As I mentioned before, I like what I'm seeing right now. I would like to see us go a little. The odds are this: we're going to go a little higher, break out, look strong, and then we're gonna go break out in the morning, and then we're just gonna kind of fizzle the rest of the day. That's what I think is going to happen, and I could be dead wrong, but I'm not bearish. I'm not bearish. And also keep in mind, the market was able to go down all the way to 21,650, and now it's at 22,000. That's a 500-point swing. RSP, Jeff wants to see. You're welcome, John. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate it. Look how flat we are. Look how flat we are. Blue chips are not helping the market right now. We're definitely more in the speculative land. And I'll go through sectors today, but you could see there's nothing moving. Look at A-line, 14, 9, 60 stocks. Whenever you have less than 100 stocks on these lists, that means we're grounded. We're grounded. Okay. With that said, I still have a lot of stocks that I'm liking and looking at. Let me give them to you, and then I got to get to work. I'm going to be late today. Look what you guys are making me do, making me late for work. My boss is going to be very upset at me today. LGI homes are at a 5 year home sales are at a 5 year low, folks. Just want you to realize that. And data's not getting any better. ENR. Whew. Look at Energizer. Remember those commercials, Energizer commercials? Yum Brands. Now, I'm going to tell you something about Yum Brands. There's a lot of very strong support right here. Right, I know you can't see it, but you're going to have to trust me on it. Thanks to the little tool that Brian made me a few weeks ago, which I'll talk about when I'm good and ready. There's a lot of support here. There's a lot of high volume support here. So you really want to wait for this to break down first. But once this breaks down another, say, 3-4 points, this is going to be in play. Trust me on this. There's a lot of support here. If you saw the support here, you wouldn't be doing it. It's invisible to you for now, but it won't be invisible much longer. KHC, consumer stocks. What are consumer stocks doing? Conagra Brands, consumer stocks. What are consumer stocks doing? McDonald's, consumer stocks. What are consumer stocks doing? Not looking good. KMB, consumer stocks. What are consumer stocks doing? RHI, consumer stocks. What are they doing? I'm going to have to talk to Clyde. Yes. Yeah, with Clyde. No, John, Clyde is the boss. Clyde is the boss. Consumer stocks. What stocks are in focus today? DRI, Kroger, MDLZ. Aren't those consumer stocks? Are you going to be watching consumer stocks, or do I need to paint a roadmap for you guys? Okay, let's look at the long side. RCL. This is very interesting because this is a travel stock, right? Starting to look pretty good here. He does, Murray. He does. See this? This looks like a perfect A line right here. Just saying. AR. Hood. First time we're ever talking about the stock here, folks. We've never, ever talked about Hood here. And Microsoft, too. First time we're ever talking about Microsoft here, right? How about financial stocks, which are very strong today? Financial stocks. We're breaking out on Schwab. Look at BK. We're breaking out on BK. Okay. Consumer stocks are weak. Bank stocks are strong. I hope you guys are writing this down. Snow. IBM. Let me see how Netflix is doing real quick. This is not on my list. I'm just checking something. Yeah, looks pretty good here. Okay. Net. Car. Told you about this stock on Wednesday. VST. Gave you this stock in gap to green and made 16% on it just on Wednesday. Still like it. And BSY. Nice breakout. Okay, folks, today's going to be a very, very unforeseeable day. I like the market. I think what the market was trying to do was actually go higher right before during this Middle East debacle. And I think the market's doing whatever it can to actually go higher. I really think, and folks, by the way, I'm not one of those bullish guys. You know, I'm not a perma bull. I'm very objective. I really feel like this market wants to go higher. Every time we have a sell off, it tends to come back up. Every time we pull back, it comes back up. Every time we get more sellers, the buyers, this market doesn't look that bad. It doesn't. It doesn't look that bad. But we're going to have to be very sector sensitive today. We're going to have to keep in mind that it's quad witching, so there's going to be a lot of volatility, and we're going to be watching crude oil and VIX like a hawk. Now, remember something. Today, in the VIP room, Uncle Roger is going to go apeshit. What does that mean exactly? I'm going to give you a lot of free education. The monkeys are coming out. The bananas are going to be there. The Master Blaster T-shirt is on. Today, in the VIP room, we're going to talk about things that may be of interest to you, like day trading, like selecting the right time for day trading, deciding whether today's a trend day or a choppy day, the basics of vol, tick, and ADD, critical levels for reversals, how does daily volume fit in, finding live trades, options, futures, E-minis, SPYs. Anybody sound interested in that? Does that sound like something somebody may be interested in? If it is, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you at noon, high noon. I will see you at high noon on that link. Let me give you a VIP room link. Here's the VIP room link. Thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm very objective. I don't really have any kind of agenda or bias. I really don't. Couldn't care less. All right, guys. I'll see you at noon, high noon. We're going to have the Master Blaster of Disaster session. I got the T-shirt on. We're ready to go. It's going to be a fun session. I hope to see you all there. Ciao. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Remember, it's quad witching today. Oh, thank God I got a haircut today. My hair looks like it's too much. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Bye. And Clyde, you behave yourself. All right, Clyde? I know what your plans are for today. I want you to behave yourself.